If we're prioritizing serving more students using the dual immersion model versus the pull-out model, is that not still serving kids?
So the non-English language speaking students in the districts, so here's the one thing to think about. The non-English language speaking students in the district through a dual language immersion program need to have access to core content in the native language and in English.
Mm-hmm.
They have to learn English. It's not an option. So
Mm-hmm.
that's a service that we still have to continue providing. And by the current definition in Oregon, that is a separate unit of instruction. So it needs to look different from an English language arts class in an integrated model. So what we're doing is L1, first language instruction in content, L2, English language instruction in content, and English language development. So we cannot replace the ELD resource with that. So we still have to meet the needs of the non-English language speaking kids through provision of English language development. So there's no saving there in terms of, because we serve more kids than those kids.
It's not saving, but isn't it the same thing?
I guess.
Are students in dual language immersion programs that speak a language other than English as their primary language get pulled out of the dual immersion program to do English language development?
So by the current agreement between Portland Public Schools and the state of Oregon, yes, that is the model. It is the pull-out model.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
There you go.
The ones that are in dual immersion get pulled out?
Yes.
So anyway,
Okay, so I'm really confused.
well, and again, I mean,
Can we rewrite that agreement?
What is that?
that's why,
do you have it?
the contract that is being taught, I think that needs to be relooked at.
Yeah.
So, because, I mean, I think that part of the challenge then will be, I mean, to recommend every parent in Portland Public Schools, at least the ones that I come in contact to, not to identify as ESL students. So that way they won't have to get into that requirement. So
Sorry, say that again.
not to identify as an ESL student.
Parents don't identify them as ESL students.
There is a check box that you check right there,
Correct. So
Okay.
that is state and federal requirement
Right.
for parents
And
to complete that.
and you can skip that one.
All parents need to complete the box. How they answer is a choice.
Right. And also, parents can refuse ESL services.
Correct.
Okay. So, I mean, part of it is, I think that there is definitely
In dual immersion, you have to say no.
right. So, I would encourage definitely, to look at renegotiating those things. The Oregon Department of Education has not been the best model or an example for PPS to follow. If anything else, in terms of this thing, and that's what makes me wonder in regards to this new redesign of the whole education thing, where there is, they want to restart their own clock. Because they have been negligent themselves in regards to looking out for the best interest of ESL students, not only with this district, but with other districts. So I think that I would urge you to look at that a little bit more closely in regards to what's more effective for our students rather than what's convenient, a bureaucratic way of doing things. Because that's where I think that we have to come to some decisions. Otherwise,
So may I just answer that?
Sure.
The state of Oregon, so under current NCLB, the ESCA NCLB amendments, there are two program options for English language speakers, program option 1 and program option 2. Both of those programs are, I guess for use of a better word, active in the state of Oregon. It's just that they were not written into the Portland Public Schools plan with the state. The plan that we will be rewriting for next year will have those two program options in the plan. So PPS can then decide, schools, principals, the board, etc., can decide what program options you wish to run without bumping into the compliance issue. The compliance issue has been as a result because it hasn't been in the plan before. So we will amend that. And
Right.
those two program options do exist with the state, and they do recognize them, so it's not like they're not there. It's just we haven't utilized them.
Yeah, the challenge that I mean, the concern that I have is, I mean, it's not like the district has been the exemplary, you know, in terms of the compliance.
Mhm.
I mean, I can tell you that within the past year, the district has wrote that they were gonna have welcoming centers as part of their compliance measures. We no longer have those. So, I mean, it's not a question of just compliance. I think that, you know, what I liked about this discussion initially, at least, and what the staff has said, is that we are going to move beyond compliance and to actually addressing the needs of those students.
Mhm.
And what's best for them at the end of the day
Mhm.
that will lead them to graduation. So I hope that, you know, that we continue to keep that in mind as we move forward, because otherwise, you know, we are going to have definitely different priorities in regards to the you know, come to different decisions, I think, in regards to budgets, you know, because we definitely have different perspectives, I think, in regards to what should be a priority here.